U.S. prosecutors reportedly subpoena Trump golf courses in Scotland, which some Democrats worry might have been funded by Russian money.
Here's a summary of the article.
U.S. prosecutors last year ordered the company that owns President Donald Trump's golf courses in Scotland to show its financial filings in an attempt to reveal its ownership, The Times of London reported on Monday. Prosecutors in Maryland in December subpoenaed documents related to properties controlled by DJT Holdings LLC, a company that owns Trump's hotel in Washington, D.C., and resorts in places like Turnberry, Scotland. It focuses on Trump International Washington, an old post office building in the U.S. Capitol that Trump converted into a luxury hotel in 2016. Simpson told the House Intelligence Committee in November 2017 that Trump's golf courses in Scotland and Ireland were concerning because their financial statements show enormous amounts of capital flowing into these projects from unknown sources. Pablo Martinez Monsive, App. Simpson said the golf courses don't, on their face, show Russian involvement, but what they do show is enormous amounts of capital flowing into these projects from unknown sources and, or at least on paper it says it's from the Trump Organization, but it's hundreds of millions of dollars. The Trump Organization and Trump Turnberry did not immediately respond to insiders' request for comment on the subpoena and Simpson's comments. The Times said the Trump Organization denied requesting any loans for the purchase or the refurbishment of Trump Turnberry, but did not explicitly address whether it asked Deutsche Bank for money.
This post received a score of 30,647, with an upvote ratio of 80%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
In 2014, Eric Trump, in reference to funding for Trump golf courses, said that, "We don't rely on American banks. We have all the funding we need out of Russia."
Greater than, and this is what he said. He said, "Well, we don't rely on American banks. We have all the funding we need out of Russia." I said, "Really?" And he said, "Oh, yeah. We've got some guys that really, really love golf, and they're really invested in our programs. We just go there all the time. That last bit is really fun." Trump was at a rally and bragging about he was one of the richest people on the planet. Give him whatever he wanted? Deutsche Bank told him to fuck off after he got the nomination because they knew he'd stiff them for the loan if he got elected.
Wow, I'm not American and never really watched him speak for too long, as it makes me feel like I'm getting more stupid by the second. How the hell did this egotistical moron become president? Why are people cheering about him having money? They do know he grew up with millions, right, and just the rich getting richer. You think we would be used to this by now, but it's too insane.
Intelligent and calculated Russian propaganda pushed through social media that moved on the fences towards the right. Rate sentiment on people in a certain area and then send a campaign that way to influence a future action. Shit is going to be required study in colleges and universities.
The Russians may have moved the margins in the few swing states enough to impact the election. But the real brainwashing is domestic right-wing news media. Well, Australian-owned mostly, technically. Fucking Rupert Murdoch.
Mate, Australia no longer owns Rupert. You wanted him, you got him.
We didn't want him, I assure you.
His citizenship trade-in 1985 says otherwise.
No one called no backsies.
Trump petitioned that government to help protect that golf course from rising ocean tides. Trump believes in climate change when it threatens his international holdings.
That was at his Irish course. In Scotland, he declared war on the evil that is sustainable energy and wind farms cause they ruin his view. Edit. Spelling.
I live 15 minutes from this golf course. They put up a wind farm right in front of it. It's amazing.
Just wanna say, when I was younger I had way more wonder looking at wind farms than any golf course. Same is true today, but there's less wonder. Drove past a few wind farms on the way to and in Texas. It was still kinda wondrous to us. Sue_.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.